I'm so glad that you are all back to hear more about my story about Super Baby Morgan. When I've been thinking this week about what I want him to do next in his story, I've been remembering that fearless words would be a great thing to add into our story. We are writers and we are fearless, and we can remember from fiction or from persuasive writing that when we learned about thinking about how to use different types of words. So instead of writing, I like something, maybe you want to use a fearless word like, I adore it. Or instead of saying, it was good, use a fearless word like, it's fabulous. So in my story, I really want to start thinking about the words that I use all the time and how I can make them more fearless. So I've been thinking a lot about, in stories, we do a lot of said, like Baby Morgan said, or the monster said when they're talking. But said is such a boring word. Here are some other fearless words that we could use instead. We could use screamed, yelled, whispered, cried, or shouted. Those are much more exciting words, and they really make my story seem more exciting. So I think I'm going to try to use one of these in my writing today when I am writing about Super Baby Morgan. Let's check it out and do some writing together. So here's my Super Baby Morgan page. Here's what I have so far in my story. Once upon a time, there was a super baby named Morgan. He was bald with fuzz on top of his head. He had big blue eyes and a loud, cute giggle. He always wore a striped superhero outfit with his cape in front like a bib. Super Baby Morgan lived in a tall castle with white bars. Some people called it a crib, but he called it a super castle. The super castle had a comfy bottom for bouncing and sleeping. One day, Super Baby got bored in his super castle. I want to get out of here, he said. Oh, look, there's my boring word. Not going to use said anymore. I want to get out of here, he said. He tried to climb out, but the walls of the super castle were too high. So I've been thinking a lot about what I want him to do next. Like, babies, they don't just say something once. They say something a lot of times. So I want to get out of here, he said. He tried to climb out, but the walls were too high. So maybe oh, I know what's going to happen. He grabbed the edge, the edge of his super castle and which fearless word should I use? I think I'm going to use screamed. Babies do a lot of screaming. And he screamed, let me out! Exclamation point. Wow, I love that I used screamed. I really can picture that in my head now. Super Baby Morgan standing at the edge of his super castle and screaming, let me out. When you are writing your story this week and you're adding more to it, try to pick some words, some boring words, maybe like said, and try to add more exciting words like screamed or yelled or whispered or cried or shouted. That really can make your story so much more exciting.